Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. And the topic of this 10-minute moan is sad news. Sad news about the final demise of Humza Yousaf as a politician. It's a sad day, isn't it? Right, so Humza's wrapping it. Humza and, what's her face, Nicola Sturgeon, both came out publicly in the last few weeks and said that they had put in their applications to be potential candidates for the next Holyrood elections, planned for May 2026. And both done that, and that allowed them to be potential candidates for the upcoming election. And Sturgeon came away with something absolutely bonkers yesterday the day before, and I'm reading it thinking, you're an absolute twat, right? What she said was, I'll have a wee think between now and then whether I want to stand again, and if I don't, I'll let the party pick a candidate. Totally up your own arse, right? I'll decide. So what happened to the democratic process of any political party picking its candidates? So Nicola's basically saying, I'll just decide, and see if I don't want to do it, then you can have a wee shot at picking who's doing it. Honestly, absolute treacherous cow, right? So what's happened today? Humza's came out and said, change my mind, not doing that anymore. I won't be standing as a candidate come 2026. So something must have happened in the last few weeks for him to change his mind, because a few short weeks ago, he put in his application as a potential candidate for the 2026. And this morning, shat it. So he's not going to do it anyway. And I'm raging, right? Because those who watch many of my videos will know I'm standing for election in 2026. And obviously it's a wee bit away, so the finer details of exactly what we do could change. But the plan was going to be, if none had changed, would be stick myself on the regional list and stand as a constituency candidate against Humza. That was what I fancied doing. Not because I fancied beating him, because I fancied standing directly against him. He is my local MSP. He represents me. Yet you never see him. He's never here. He lives in Broughty Ferry, nearly 2 hours away. And he doesn't even go to Parliament now. So he does nothing. And I thought, that'd be quite good. I don't know if he'll go to any hustings or anything, but let's do it. Right? And that was the plan. And I think that's why he shat it and pulled it, to be perfectly honest with you. And that's what's happened. So, right, so that's not happening anymore. And what's happening now is you've got, honest to God, John Swinney it's a groundbreaking, like politician, gutted that he's leaving. And that wee weirdo, Patrick Harvey, he said some complimentary words as well. But that's about it. Nobody else has said a word about him, right? And that's me rapping it, expecting right, all that. No, John Swinney went, he's no bad, and Patrick Harvey said something similar. That's it, nobody else. Nobody else has opened their mouth. You can just imagine me Humza like that. They're all racist. They're all Islamophobic. They're not coming out and saying good things about me. How dare you, right? Because if you don't turn around and say Humza Yousaf is the greatest guy in the world, you're Islamophobic, right? And I've been party to that when I got some stories about him in the paper. I was an Islamophobic far-right conspiracy theorist or something like that. No, it wasn't, mate. I was a guy that got some truths in an FOI request and got them in a national newspaper. That doesn't make me anything other than inquisitive nosy bugger, right? So, but as usual, when it was anything, it was anti-Humza, you were a racist Islamophobe. So all these people are not coming out today and going, oh, Humza, what a loss, right? They'll be Islamophobic. The other thing was, he said in his own words, he is standing down from frontline politics. You done that a year ago, you twat. You've hardly been at your work. I think you went once when, what was his name? That guy that stole the money for the phone bill. Terrible. Matheson. When he needed a vote to keep him in, you turned up. And I think you probably turned up the day they were voting on the new wages. So that's about you. You're not in frontline politics anymore, mate. You're a crackpot. You're a crank that sits on Twitter, and for every 10 tweets you put out, 8.5 of them are about Gaza, right? None of them's about Scotland. You don't care. Go and do a straw poll. Anybody that's got access to Twitter, go and do a straw poll. Look through his last 10, 20 tweets, you'll find about 2 about Scotland. Because he's a twat and he doesn't care. Okay? So, what does the future hold for him? I don't know. I mean, imagine giving him a job in the public sector, in a private business. Imagine it, sitting him in front of you. I don't think he's the brightest. I genuinely don't think he's intelligent. He got that job by pure default. He was the continuity choice of the party, the high hegians in that party, right? And even at that, he had the support of every previous First Minister, or the Cabinet Minister, everybody. Oh, Humza's a man, right? And it was him, Ash Reagan, and oh God, that's terrible. What's her name? Kate Forbes. The three of them stood, and Ash Reagan out at round 1. And in round 2, right, I think he won something like 48-52. I think that was the sort of winning. And you go, hold on a minute, you had the management of the party behind you, right? That means seeing the normal foot soldiers, they didn't like you, they didn't want you. And that's what you got as the continuity candidate. I'm sure it's 52-48, might even have been worse, but should have been a shoe-in, and he struggled to get past the post. That's Humza. Then, you look at his record. He was the transport minister that drove his car without insurance. That's how thick this boy is, right? He's not intelligent. I genuinely, honestly reckon if you put 3 spades up against a wall and told him to take his pick, he would be standing there scratching his head till he had scalps in his fingers, right? I genuinely don't think he's got any brains whatsoever. He was an absolute embarrassment as, first of all, an MSP, a cabinet minister, and then for the year he was the First Minister of Scotland. Total inept. Absolute crackpot. I would like, what's he done, 15 years or something in politics? Go and tell me what your highlight is. I think your highlight was falling off your scooter. That was probably the first thing that people would think of when they think you used a politician. Humza Yousaf, what did he do? Oh, he fell off his scooter, right? That's about it. The hate crime bill, well done. Absolute idiot. Is that it? Is that your claim to fame? Do you know what I mean? But there we go. That's Humza. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please subscribe and hit the notifications bell. Comments below, please, always like that. And I'm going to leave you just with a few clips of my favourite Humza moments. And then we'll have one normal ending. So unless you're Humza Yousaf, the SNP, or any of the cranks that still follow them, not you, but
everyone else, have a great day. Cheery Bye Now.